Hey, good morning, everyone. We are going to read two Psalms today. I'm going to make our Saturday devotion a little briefer today, a lot briefer today. We're going to read through the passage, say a few comments, and let everyone move on with their day. Sometimes we get out of the rhythm on the weekends. We don't have as much time to read or even to listen. So maybe set this on play as you get ready this morning or as you take a drive, and just let the Word of God saturate in your heart and soul. So Psalm chapter 1. Blessed is the man who doesn't walk on the counsel of the wicked, or stand on the path of sinners, nor sit in the seat of scoffers. But his delight is in Yahweh's law. On his law he meditates day and night. He will be like a tree planted by the streams of water, that produces its fruit in its season, whose leaf also does not wither, and whatever he does shall prosper. The wicked are not so, but they are like chaff which the wind drives away. Therefore the wicked shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For Yahweh knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked shall perish. Psalm 139. Yahweh, you have searched me, and you know me. You know my sitting down and my rising up. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You search out my path and my lying down, and are acquainted with all my ways. For there is not a word on my tongue, but behold, Yahweh, you know it altogether. You hem me in behind and before. You laid your hand on me. This knowledge is beyond me. It's lofty, I cannot attain it. Where could I go from your spirit, or where could I flee from your presence? If I ascend up into heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in Sheol, behold, you are there. If I take the wings of the dawn and settle in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand will lead me, and your right hand will hold me. If I say, surely the darkness will overwhelm me, the light around me will be night. Even the darkness doesn't hide from you, but the night shines as the day. The darkness is like light to you, for you form my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I will give thanks to you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. My soul knows that very well. My frame wasn't hidden from you when I was made in secret, woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my body. In your book they were all written, for the days that were ordained for me, when as yet there were none of them. How precious to me are your thoughts, God! How vast is their sum! If I would count them, they are more in number than the sand. When I wake up, I am still with you. If only you, God, would kill the wicked. Get away from me, you bloodthirsty men, for they speak against you wickedly. Your enemies take your name in vain. Yahweh, don't I hate those who hate you? And am I not grieved with those who rise up against you? I hate them with a perfect hatred. They have become my enemies. Search me, God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. See if there is any wicked way in me, and lead me in the everlasting way. So there's three questions here. I'm going to just kind of answer them together briefly. What is a righteous person like, or a wicked person? Did you contrast the lifestyles of the righteous and the wicked person? 3, what one essential element accounts for the differences in the two lives portrayed? So as we think of the righteous and the wicked, I think I would like you to take some time to think of these questions. I'm not going to spend a lot here for brevity's sake. And I want to encourage those with families who are reading this together and with their families to, even though it's Saturday, take some time, sit down late at night, maybe dinner, and talk about these things. But the righteous are those who obey God's law, and the wicked are those who don't obey God's law. The wicked, it says here in this last part, are those that hate God. They blaspheme God. They take his name in vain. The believer, the righteous does not take the Lord's name in vain, and not only in curse words, but he holds God's name as holy and regards him as holy, and he lives his life with the knowledge that God sees him wherever he goes. Whatever he does, the eye of the Lord is upon us. And the wicked block that out. They convince themselves that what is done in secret stays in secret, but the Lord sees all and judges all. And the last part there, the differences portrayed, we can list many, but I just want to talk about one of David here, who says some things that might be a little hard for us to really grasp, in the sense of him having a perfect hatred, and do I not hate those who hate you, O Lord? And sometimes we say, oh, well, we're not supposed to hate anyone, but David follows up by saying, search me, right? See if there's any wicked way. Make sure even that which I'm saying to you is not said out of spite or hatred. And so I think David is saying here is that it's like a righteous anger, right? This hatred isn't coming from the anger of man, or of being scarred or hurt, or having his pride wounded, but it's one in which it looks at the law of God and hates anything, rejects anything that is not in line with that, and sees it for what it is, something that's going to bring harm and pain to not only the person, but to those recipients that are in that sinner's way. So let us not walk in the way of sinners, but rather gather with the righteous. Have a blessed Saturday, everyone.